So, ladies and gentlemen, we got some extreme juiciness coming out of these social media streets. That extreme juicy, that high level muscle coming up in your mouth, that sugariness tastes so good. Y'all remember Imane Khelif? The Algerian Olympic gold medalist from last summer's Olympics. The story's getting much, much spicier and spicier by the day. Turns out, after actually digging further research, and actually looking into further searches and actual research from what I was getting, come to find out that this woman right here may have been born a man the whole time, and she may not even know it. And in regards to the last video that I did, in regards to the whole Olympic fiasco with gender equality and competence when it comes to sports, on that aspect, because what I was claiming at the time that she was a woman, I want to clarify and definitely apologize to the viewers that actually watched that video. I truly apologize for my miscalculation. I basically know when I'm wrong, and I can basically try and say if there's anything wrong that I hadn't really seen before, or if there's not enough information. I do whatever I mainly can to actually try to rectify it, and actually try and dig further and actually try to cross-examine the evidence and the information that's actually given. And given the nature of them, from what I saw with like actual data and actual research papers that actually showing all this that back this stuff up, it's really, really, really hard to disprove in all of this, Now I want to actually dig further detail and how that whole situation mainly came to plan. So I found an article that mainly shows this type of research. I want to give a huge shout out to Anna Slash in regards to this. And let me be real clear. This is not about all this politics is going on, whether it's like all this gender stuff, who's welcoming and who's old school and all this other stuff. Don't put me involved in your mess, because I'm not here for that. I'm mainly here basically to do some research based off of science, based off of logic. That's what I'm mainly here to do, because I have a science major background. I'm background in engineering and in mathematics. So I can actually try to relate to some of the type of research that some of these dudes are doing. The article basically shows that Imane has been impacted by a 5-factor retinopathy deficiency, in which it discusses about a disorder of sexual development that is only found in biological males. So meaning that Imane has mistakenly been labeled as a female at birth without her even knowing it. So the 5-factor retinopathy deficiency, basically the scientific term, when it comes to biology and birth, is basically a medical condition that affects sexual development before birth and during puberty, in which a lot of these cases with people that actually are mainly men with one X and one Y chromosome in each cell, and they do have male gonads for sure. So yes, more than likely, it's definitely possible that Imane was assigned female by accident without even knowing it, even though in deep down, even though in reality, given the situation, more than likely she may have been an actual male. Now, the bodies, however, do not produce enough of a hormone that's called dihydrotestosterone, in which the DHT has the critical role in male sexual development and the shortness of the hormone disrupting the formation of these strong sex organs before birth. So based on what we see with this clip and this photo here, many men with 5-factor retinopathy deficiency are assigned female at birth based on their external genitalia. In other cases, the affected infants are assigned male at birth based on external genitalia, often an usually small phallus, and the urethral opening on the other side of the phallus, right? And there's other affected infants may be assigned either female or male at birth, as the external genitalia do not look clearly male or clearly female. Very, very confusing, very, very overwhelming, I know. Very deceptive. Now, when puberty hits, the increase in levels of male sex hormones leads to the development of some secondary sex characteristics, such as increased muscle mass, deepening the voice, development of pubic hair, and a growth spurt, in which the penis and the scrotum, the sex that holds basically the nuts, may grow larger. People with 5-alpha reduction deficiency do not develop much facial or body hair, which most of the affected individuals are unable to have biological children, which is very, 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 very rare. They're clearly infertile in that case. Without the assistance of reproduction, medically. There's an accredited research article that's written by professors as well as other researchers in regards to this that I will literally dig up in a separate video up on my YouTube channel, literally for sure, that actually just digs further detail in regards to this particular efficiency. Now, let's get right back to the situation in regards to the Olympics here. Now, I do have some very, 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 very deep questions. Were both the IBA and the IOC aware of this situation that Imane is dealing with? And if they're both aware, they are the ones that are primarily to blame in all of this. Now, saying Imane doesn't really fully know about the situation and says he may not want to believe it or whatever it is, definitely actually ask some research on the notes. He's currently fighting. Basically, the case is coming by with all the stuff you see based on clinical data. Y'all see that? Y'all see that right there? Yeah, she is literally going in regards to all of that. Now, if Imane doesn't even fully know about all that situation and everything else, clearly it's all IBA and IOC. Now, if she is still aware, but yet she is still assistant and she still continues to actually go about all this stuff, definitely shame on her. And also, we want to actually try and dig further when it comes to situation when it comes with competitive sports, as well as trying to have an equal playing field. It basically comes to show that given the nature of these medical conditions, medical situations, that whole, equal stuff, you want to label stuff with whatever things you want, to actually play whatever sports you want, that type of stuff is actually much more complex than you think to literally execute. It requires a lot of hidden and moving variables, right? Hidden and moving variables, actually, to try and make sure that transition mainly works smoothly. On one end, you want to try and make sure that, basically, if this is the gender that you actually chose and this is the gender that we mainly are, you want to try and make sure that you actually deserve to play, just like with the other genders that mainly went in that same gender that you truly want to be, right? There's one angle on that. The other angle is, natural testosterone, estrogen, basically like whatever the bodies produce. That's like another disadvantage and another hidden factor that you actually have to deal with as well, which could create an unfair advantage between biological genders. Not preferred genders, but biological genders. And let's not forget about like the intersex people also. This is going to be an extremely, extremely messy situation, literally over the next couple of months at the very least. And I'm going to be literally right here for it. Juicy.